Welcome to My Skeptical Sister.
I'm Megan, the skeptical one.
I'm Erin, the believer.
Happy 100th
Oh,
episode.
oh my gosh, that's amazing.
I
100.
know, 100.
That is so weird.
That is weird.
It's weird because it doesn't feel that, like it feels like, oh yeah, I guess we should do something.
Well, I know, and we're pretty lame.
Yeah, we didn't do much.
Didn't do much. But also, is it really weird that in my mind, like not even a couple of weeks ago, I said something like, "Oh, like our 200th episode." Like I don't keep up with numbers very well.
You thought we had already done 200?
Yeah, I thought we were way past 100. Like we've been doing this for our whole life.
It's like
at this
4
point.
years.
You know,
Almost.
that's kind of what it feels like. That pandemic was like a time warp.
Trying to tell me something?
No,
You're like I'm done.
It's been a fun 4 years.
Oh,
but
good.
just saying, it's what it feels like.
Okay. Well, cool. I'm glad that you're still happy after this 4-year anniversary.
I am.
Just
Happy
kidding.
4-year anniversary. Wouldn't that be funny if we'd only known each other for 4 years, but we're sisters?
Well, I bet that
Ooh,
happens
does happen.
more than you know.
But wouldn't it be interesting to see if like they just pick up like chemistry wise?
Yeah, I really want to watch that movie, like 3 Perfect Strangers or something.
Oh, it's a documentary.
Yeah.
It is fascinating.
I got to watch it. I have not watched it yet. It's been on my bucket list for a long time.
Yes, it is. It is mind-blowing the way they find each other.
Yeah.
Whew, I'm not going to give anything away. It's really good.
Okay.
Watch it.
Okay, it's on my list. I will try to watch that this weekend.
And now we need to convince them to have a podcast so we can listen in and go, did it matter that we've known each other our whole lives?
Well, when you watch them together, did they have good chemistry?
They had similar, they're triplets.
Triplets, that's
and
wild.
They had the same mannerisms.
Oh my gosh.
So that's mind-blowing.
I also always think it's really weird when you see like adoptive siblings who pick up the same mannerisms.
Yeah.
Like we had friends growing up. You were friends with the older brother. I was friends with the younger. They looked nothing alike when you just looked at them. But as you talked to them and they had the same mannerisms, you were like, oh yeah, I can tell you're brothers. It was so weird.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very strange how it's like nurture versus nature, or is it both?
Yeah, it definitely, it's got to be both.
It's got to be both. It's intertwined for sure. Well, listen to us having a science podcast on our 100th episode. We finally evolved.
That's the slow con. You all are now in for science.
So we're going to talk about DNA tonight.
Oh, shit. I've told you everything I know.
Genealogy. Yeah, we're done. This is a short podcast tonight. Oh, for our 100th episode. Oh, Ellie's back there celebrating.
Oh,
she's like, who, me? It's 100. So speaking of podcasts, I have binged your recommendation.
Tony and Ryan.
Tony and Ryan podcast. They are good. Hilarious.
It is so good. They're so funny. I don't want to tell everybody about them because they'll stop. I stopped listening to every other podcast while I was catching up.
I know.
But you'll come back. I'm all caught up now, and that was a feat.
Yeah, that's a lot of episodes.
Yeah.
But they're so easy to listen to because they just go right into the next one.
Yeah.
And they always talk about something they talked about on a previous episode.
Right.
To kind of hook you.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, I want to keep listening.
Yeah. It's helping me with my Australian accent.
Oh, let's hear it.
Oh, no, I don't want to do it. I'm not there yet. But I do think it's interesting. I've been picking this up because I'm also watching that Irish show.
Oh.
Bad Sisters.
Oh, it's so good.
And I'm learning, like I'm picking up on things I've never noticed where they say every letter, like they say it. In Tony and Ryan, the H is so much more pronounced. I mean, like
they say herbs.
Yeah, I know herbs. Like Kevin will say herbs too. It's a Canadian thing. I know. It's so odd. But then in that Irish show, they say the T in front of the TH. So they'll say like theater.
Oh, the theater.
You're going to go to the theater.
Oh.
I'm like, that is so weird.
Yeah.
That is a combined sound. That's a th.
Yeah.
So I've gotten real into
accents.
Yeah.
Dissecting them.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Practicing them. Teaching them to your kids.
Oh, if you're not watching Bad Sisters, you need to stop what you're doing. You can turn us off.
Absolutely. We're done.
I have one more episode and it doesn't come out until Friday.
Oh, man. You're really caught up. Good job.
I am loving it.
Nice. I watched 2 episodes. Well, I watched the first episode and it was so good. I was like, ooh, this is a show I think James will be into. So let's watch it together. We watched, I still, 5 years in, that's not that long, I know, but I'm like, I can't get a good read on him. I thought for sure this would hook him.
Yeah.
And he was like, it's pretty dry. I'm like, dry?
Oh my gosh, it's so funny.
I'm like, dry? It was hilarious.
Hilarious. And it's
hilarious.
Hilarious.
Is that what they?
No, I don't know how to say it. I'm not good at Australian. I'm just getting better.
It's super funny. But it is dry comedy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But it's really funny, and it's all about murder.
And it's suspenseful. I'm like, well, what is the accident? How did they end up killing him? I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
Oh, spoiler alert, somebody dies and somebody gets killed.
It opens up at his funeral, so it's okay. What I love about it is that I've never immediately hated somebody so passionately.
Oh, yeah. Wait, yes, you have. There's somebody else in another show you hated this much.
I also have a really short memory. So that's good. If I hate you with a passion, don't worry, I'll forget about it.
Just leave her alone for a long time and she'll forget all about you. I remember you saying this exact. Oh, it was the book. It was the book you read that you made me read.
Oh, Gone Girl?
No.
Because with that one, I said I've never hated the lead so much in a book.
Yeah, that's true. No, this one was the one where her husband is very abusive and then keeps her like captive in the house. Oh, yeah.
Behind closed doors.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, he's awful. But I think it's a different kind of hate.
Yeah.
Because he's so conceited and so cocky, and he's awful. He's like, I mean, that actor is ruined for me.
Yeah.
Never again. The more I look at him, the grosser he looks.
Right. I'm so glad I watch him. I'm like, I know it's like I know that type of person, but I've never met somebody that amplified.
Right.
That would be horrible. Like, thank God nobody is married into our family that is like that.
For sure. Oof. We really did luck out.
I mean, this is an intervention. I'm meaning to talk to you about Kevin.
Oh my gosh. No. There's no way. I mean, there are times, but he's not.
No, there are no times that he acts like that guy.
Oh, he's so awful.
Not Kevin.
Yes, no, Kevin's good. We like him. We're Team Kevin. But
yes.
No, we're not Team JP.
Oh, he's the worst. He's the worst. But the show
is so good. All the sisters are so funny.
Yeah,
You're
great.
Really rooting for every single one of them.
Well, and I think that's also the other thing I'm realizing with James is that he's not too big into like slow character development, which I am.
Yeah.
He's got to have like some, swords happening and people dying while the character development is happening.
Yeah. I am also not real into slow character development, and I don't feel like this was slow.
Yeah, no, I didn't think it was slow either. I don't know. Anyway, here's the bottom line is it's a win-win. Yeah. I now have my own show that I can binge, and I don't have to wait for him.
That's nice.
Right. So but I thought, ooh, he might like this, so I better wait for him. Otherwise, he's going to sit down like he did Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah.
I kept saying, watch the show. Nope, not interested. Mm-hmm. Now he'll come in and sit down and like, oh my gosh, this is intense. What's going on? I'm like, dude, I got to tell you what, 4 seasons of what's been going on in Handmaid's Tale?
No, there's no way.
Okay, let's get out a map and let's start drawing a diagram so I can tell you everything that's
Suddenly
happened.
You've got like red yarn all around your house.
So this is Offred. Oh, man. Yeah, so I tried to make him go back to rewatch that. Fell asleep in the first episode. I was like, dude, I've seen this episode. And now you're asleep. Just forget it. But I'll just tell you all about it.
Watch it on your own.
Right. Well, I do, but then
not you. He can watch it on his own.
I was like,
you can catch up.
Yeah, he's not going to do that. He's going to want me to catch him up, and then he can start. It's whatever. Marriage, it's fun.
We did start watching Blackbird.
It's so good. Do you like it?
It's good. I did fall asleep for a large chunk in the first one because it is a little slow to start.
Okay.
But I think I got most of it. And then Kevin caught me up, and he's real into it.
Oh, good. Yeah. Have you met the serial
Mm-hmm.
killer yet?
Yes, we only have 3 more episodes.
Oh, yeah.
We like binge 3 episodes that night.
Right. Isn't he the creepiest?
Yeah, he's got that little voice.
Oh, I hate it. Oh, but it's so good.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
We've all caught up on all your
recommendations for
all the TV talk and podcast talk.
Mm-hmm. And we're done.
Yeah.
Happy
Bye,
100.
everybody. You don't think I look like a lesbian right now?
No.
Look at it hanging off my shoulder.
Well, 2 things. No, I don't think you look like a lesbian right now. And then B, so what if you did?
No, it's fine. I would, but
you don't want to look like a heterosexual trying to look like a lesbian that's trying to look like a heterosexual.
I don't want to look like an old lady lesbian.
I really don't feel like that shirt says old lady lesbian.
I only wear it with a cardigan. I never take that cardigan off.
It is cute with the cardigan, but if you're hot,
I'm hot, and it's just
then show off your lesbian ruffles. It'll be fine. You could absolutely put this in there.
No, I could not.
Why couldn't you?
Because
all lesbians will laugh. All lesbians, old lesbians will laugh.
I love old lesbians. I just don't want to look like one.
If you're an old lesbian listening, this shirt would look so good on you.
If I'm gonna look like a lesbian, I want to look like a hot lesbian.
That shirt looks. And first of all, old lesbians are hot lesbians. You're just making it worse. You're making it worse.
I'm thinking of a very specific person. No.
She's the only old lesbian I can think of.
No, I'm thinking.
Oh, does listen to this?
No, but still, she's scary. She might listen to it. I feel like somebody said you got to dress up. She'd get this and like cargo pants. Oh my gosh. And she'd wear that to a wedding.
You have put too much thought into this shirt.
I just feel very butch when I've got ruffles.
The strangest statement I have ever heard.
I just look like I'm trying too hard.
Like if you were wearing like cut off plaid,
that'd be so
cut
cute.
Off sleeves.
I could pull that off.
And plaid. Then I might hear, and you're throwing an axe. I can see you going, I feel like I look a little butch in this. But you're wearing ruffles going.
I just feel like I'm not dainty enough to carry off ruffles. That's the issue.
Okay, well then say that.
Okay. But I don't mean it.
Oh, you got to bring old lesbians into it. You got to drag them down with your ruffles.
I love old lesbians. I wish this had not gone in this route where it sounds like I'm homophobic and ageist. Because I'm not.
You do. You're doubling down too. You're like, I want to look like a hot lesbian.
I would. Well, yeah. No, but you know.
Keep going.
Listen, I feel like if I'm going to look like a lesbian, I want to look like a confident lesbian. This is not the look of a confident lesbian. This is the look of a more masculine lesbian who's going, I have to look feminine, so I'm going to put on these little ruffles.
Erin, I think it has nothing to do with the lesbian. I think you are just not that feminine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we just got to the root of it. Is that like at your core, you're not and neither am I. I'm not a very feminine woman as well. So when we go out of our comfort zone.
No, because I can wear dresses and feel cute.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like I'm trying.
But a dress and ruffles are two totally different levels of femininity. Wouldn't you agree?
I don't know.
I can't think of a ruffly dress you've ever worn.
I like makeup a lot. And
that's different.
Ruffles, I get fancy. I wear dresses.
Here's what I think a ruffle does for you.
Okay.
A ruffle is not okay. So when you don't have ruffles, it's just like, oh, I'm sleek. I've got it, whatever. A ruffle, put a ruffle on it, and suddenly you're like, look at me.
Yeah.
It's like an extra little pizzazz. Yeah. And we're not pizzazz people.
Okay, I'll take it. I'm not pizzazzy.
We're more like
I think I'm feminine.
Let's just fit in with our femininity. We're okay with not being the peacock.
I kind of like to be the peacock.
I only like my bosoms to be the peacock.
Yeah, well, that's where my money makers are.
Right. Your money makers aren't your shoulders. So right. When you put some ruffles on their shoulders, you're like, ooh, I'm drawing some attention to not my money maker. Yeah. Therefore, all of a sudden, I feel a little uncomfortable. But not because you're an old lady.
I feel like at this point, we need to post a picture of this because they're not even big ruffles.
It's the tiniest edge of ruffles, which makes it all the funnier. I told you, it's 100% in your head.
I know it's in my head.
Uh-huh.
It's just the dainty factor. It draws attention to how undainty I am.
Would you be okay if the ruffles were right on your bosom?
No.
Oh.
I don't like ruffles.
Okay. Well, then there you go. That's what I'm saying. Ruffles are another level of femininity that we just don't go to.
I don't need femininity to be in it. It's dainty. I'm not dainty.
So you feel like if you were a size 5, you'd be okay with the ruffle?
I don't know. I've never been a size 5.
Well,
when I was 5, I wasn't.
Tell you if you did, you would look like a young hot lesbian.
Aw, just because I got skinny.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of the opposite of an old, ugly lesbian.
I never said ugly.
Okay.
Moving on.
Yeah.
You ready for some stories?
I think it's time.
Okay.
Hold on. Does it feel like the 100th time we're going to do this? I think it's, do you feel it?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it feels like the 400th. Well, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, really. The longer we talk tonight, the more it does. Okay. So, in honor of our first episode.
Okay.
Which was supposed to be about ghosts, but ended up kind of having a cryptid feel.
Yes.
It's kind of coming full circle because on this 100th episode, we have a cryptid story.
Amazing.
And if you don't remember the first episode, go back and re-listen.
Yeah, start from the beginning.
Yeah,
might as well. Fresh.
Might as well. It's about Sasquatch. Come on, Bigfoot's real.
It's actually really good timing because Anna suggested a book to me that I started today.
Oh, what is it?
I think it's a Bigfoot book.
Oh.
And
what's the name of it?
I'm so excited. I'm pretty sure the bad guy's going to get eaten by Bigfoot. That's what my guess is.
Up.
I'm only a few chapters in.
Ooh, this is exciting. And is the name of the book Bigfoot?
It's called probably a Sasquatch. No, I'm just kidding. It's called Near the Bone.
Ooh.
It's very suspenseful, and I just started it.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, very exciting. Okay, well, going right along with Near the Bone. It's a weird title to me.
Why? Are you thinking like dirty, like a boner?
I kind of went both ways with it. I was like, oh, near the bone. That's like dirty. Anyway, and then I went like, ooh, or it's gross, and that's gross.
Yeah. Well, all right.
Okay.
I mean, I think he eats there's a lot of animals. I don't know.
There's a lot of animal eating.
Yeah.
Like he's eating a lot of animals.
Like the Bigfoot, like the creature. Oh. We keep calling it the creature.
Oh, it's totally. But it's like
Bigfoot. Stringing it up.
I told you he was real. Well, yeah, it's totally Bigfoot then.
Yeah, it's not a true story.
It's not?
I mean, I don't think it is.
I think it is.
It could be. I'm not saying it couldn't be. I'm just saying that it doesn't say based on a true story anywhere. But so far, like 3-4 chapters in, I'm giving it my recommendation.
Nice.
It's good.
Oh, I'm going to have to listen to
it. Which is Anna's recommendation.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Well, way to go, Anna.
She said something like, well, now I'm worried that I always get nervous when I suggest a book. And I was like, no, it sounds good. And she said something like, yeah, what's the worst that could happen? Public ridicule on a podcast.
Oh, I love it. It's worth it, Anna. You know you love it. So this is from Alex. Hi. So here's my cryptid/cryptid adjacent story I mentioned. And Alex found us on a little, I was out there hustling and they found us.
And actually, I don't know if Alex has put 2 and 2 together, but I just met Alex last week at a book club.
Oh, that's so weird.
I know. I was like, that name sounds so familiar. And then I looked, yep, they're in my little book club group.
I mean, it's also weird to me just that book clubs exist, but so strange that you know this person that now we're reading that I've never even.
And I don't think they made that connection, but it's here.
Oh, that's wild.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe they'll say it in the email. I haven't read it.
Okay, well, let's hear. This happened in 2012. So back in 2012, I lived with my mother for a while, and she lived in the Shively area. That's where I work.
Lively Shively.
Lively Shively. Well, one day, I'm on my way home, and on one side of the street, there is a patch of land with 2 cows that live in that field. They must be cows that they see often.
Okay, yeah.
Pretty random for this area.
Oh no. How about keep reading?
Shoot. 100 times doing this, you'd think I'd learn. Nope. I have not yet. Pretty random for this area, but it was only one house. So I guessed maybe it was a family farm in the past that just got sold off. I'm driving by and I see this animal crossing into the field where the cows are. It was small, dog-sized, with dark gray skin.
Okay, so not hair.
No, not hair. So it doesn't sound like there's fur involved here.
Okay.
And a tail. And its gait was like a horse.
Ooh, like a trot?
I guess so. Interesting. It was really skinny and its snout was very long. Ooh. I wish I had something more interesting to say.
Oh.
I mean, that's a pretty interesting description. Does it sound like one of those the dogs that they race?
Like a greyhound?
Yeah, but there's some that are smaller.
Oh.
And their backs are more hunched over kind of.
Oh, that's a greyhound, I think.
Oh man.
And they're a little Skeletor looking.
They are. That's what it sounds like.
I mean, like they're great. I love all dogs except for my parents, but
yeah, I've never met one in real life.
I think I have, and they were really sweet. But while I was talking to it, I was like, "You are creepy looking."
Yeah, because they're so Skeletor-like.
Yeah, they don't look like a dog you'd want to snuggle up with. No. But I bet they are.
Like, I'll just wave to you.
Aww.
You stay over there, and I'll wave from right here, and you'll be so cute.
Greyhounds.
They're like, all I want to do in life is snuggle, but you make me race and race and race.
I would snuggle one. I mean,
sure.
I would fall in love with it eventually.
I mean, I'd give it a good faith effort. If it were too uncomfortable, like, get away.
I mean, my child is the boniest child in the world, and I still let her snuggle up next to me.
Oh, that's so sweet. But you always tell us that you're not very affectionate.
I'm not,
Which is
and I kind of have to fight it when my kids snuggle up to me because I'm like, I don't want them to have issues. But I do snuggle to them when they want to snuggle. I'm like, okay, I'll snuggle. But I don't love it.
Yeah, it's kind of like irritating.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'll do this because I love you.
Yeah, I would really rather nobody touch me.
What if we're never supposed to snuggle our kids, and this whole time you've been forcing yourself?
No, they're forcing it.
This is what's going to cause them to go to therapy.
They're forcing it. I'm like, there's a whole couch, but okay, sure, it's fine. It's great. I wanted this. This is what I wanted. It's fine.
This is the moment I always thought of when I had children.
It actually is, but turns out.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, it's real weird. I thought I would be like Mother of the Year.
Well, okay, first of all, I don't think that makes you not Mother of the Year.
Trust me, I'm not Mother of the Year. I'm telling you right now, I'm not. I'm not.
Listen, from the time you gave birth, you were Mother of the Year in my book.
Shut your mouth.
You were.
Do not make me get all weird and sappy in this ruffly shirt.
Well, I mean, also, if you listen to that, only a sister would say that because anybody can give birth. Like, from the moment you gave birth, that doesn't mean you're a good mom. But in my book, you are. Okay, because you're my sister. You. So no matter what you do, I'm going to think you're the best mom ever.
Oh, thank you. That's very nice.
You're welcome.
Same.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to talk about it. Or
jumping on those coattails. Yeah, you too. Okay. I love this. I wish I had something more interesting to say, but I did watch it walk into the yard and then disappear. This was in the middle of the city, so I don't know what type of animal it could be, but it was really close to Rockford Lane to give you an example of how suburban the area was.
I have no idea what Shively's like, but
yeah, I mean, it's very suburban. Neighborhoods everywhere. Lots of houses.
Could it have been a dog with mange?
Ooh, definitely could have a dog with mange. But it almost sounds like Alex is alluding to the fact that this dog was going after the cows.
Yeah, that's weird. Like a chupacabra.
Ooh.
Although they like goats.
Well,
but there's no goats around. You go for a cow.
Yeah, and what are the cows just doing in somebody's random yard?
Yeah, that's weird.
What's going on at this house?
I don't know.
Did you just say treat yourself?
Treat yourself with that cow.
Treat yourself to 2 cows in your yard.
Yeah.
Is that what you meant? Like, get you some beef.
Yeah. instead of a little measly goat.
Okay. I just had to check that that's what you said because that's the most random. Treat yourself to some cows in your backyard. What?
Well, I mean, I feel like a chupacabra would. There aren't a lot of goats running around Shively.
No, I've never seen a goat. I've heard some chickens. Somebody has. Oh my gosh, Erin. Sorry, you can take this out, although it's pretty funny. Macy James, while she is crazy because she's a toddler right now, she might be the funniest person I've ever met in my life, and she's so smart. Like, I don't know. Tell me that this isn't smart, okay, or twisted. I don't know which one it is. We go to Huber's farm the other day. Sorry, Alex, to hijack your story unless this gets edited out, and then you will never know. We pull up and there's a rogue chicken and it's just like running around because they have like a chicken coop that they can go see, and it must have gotten out. And Miles, of course, is pumped. So he tries to start running after this chicken. Well, then another one pops out right in front of Macy James. This girl, 2 years old, does not skip a beat, puts her hands out and goes, chicken nuggets, and starts chasing after this chicken. And I was bent over in the parking lot, like about to get hit by a car.
Oh my gosh.
Laughing so hard. Because, like, first of all, how do you know? Like, most kids, you have to explain. Chicken nuggets come from chickens.
Right.
They don't really associate those two things together.
Right.
So I thought that was high level genius shit right there. Of course.
Absolutely.
But then the way she put her little stubby fingers, Tyler, and like did a sway, she said, chicken nuggets, and started chasing this chicken like she was going to catch it and turn it into chicken nuggets.
Just like bite its neck.
Right. Like, there. I'm ready.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man, it made me laugh so hard. Anyway, I don't know how I got there, but I'm so glad I did. I forgot to tell you that story.
Oh, that is so funny. I love it. I love that baby.
Okay, I'm going to go chupacabra.
Yeah. I'll go chupacabra or a dog with mange.
Yeah.
The cows are actually the weirdest part about the whole story to me.
They're throwing me off, and I don't think Alex gave me enough information. I want to know because it says in there that the dog was running towards the cows.
Yeah,
but then Alex,
the dog size thing.
The dog, right? The creature in question, ran towards the cows, but then Alex watched them disappear, like run away. So did it like go and
They specifically said disappeared, though, writing into a paranormal podcast. Did they physically
just disappear?
Poof, they're gone?
So it's
or they went into the grasses and you couldn't see it anymore.
That's what I'm going to go with.
Okay. I feel like it could be a chupacabra. I don't think those are that far-fetched.
I don't either. I feel like it's just something that hasn't been caught yet.
Right. It's a little weird to see it all the way up here, but
or maybe just armadillos were here.
Oh, that's true.
That's wild. If an armadillo can migrate all the way up here to Kentucky, a chupacabra definitely can.
For sure. Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay.
You're welcome. There you go, Alex.
So you heard it here first, people. Our 100th episode, and we're going to go ahead and announce Lively Shively has chupacabras.
At least one.
At least one. Lock your cows up. Also, why do you have cows?
Yeah.
But lock them up.
Answer for that, Shively.
We want to know.
All right. Well, it's my turn. I'm going to read Mom's Ghost Experience.
And I know Mom. I know Mom really well.
Yes. This is by your friend and mine through you, Nikki.
Oh, the lovely Nikki. I want to say her name. I never say Nikki without saying Nikki's last name.
I know. If you heard the way I said it, I was about to say it. And
yeah.
Thought, that's weird. Don't say that.
Right. Hi, Nikki. And also, I didn't know you listened. And maybe you don't.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe you're just like, I know they need ghost stories. So there you go.
Yeah. Okay.
Either way. Thank you, Nikki.
That's right. Okay. So Nikki says, hey, Erin and Meg. Oh, she writes her last name in the first sentence.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Okay. Nikki Armento here.
Listen, Nikki Armento is kind of like a celebrity.
Right.
The Nikki Armento in Oldham County when we grew up. She went to South Oldham. We went to Oldham. Well, you went to South Oldham.
I went to South. That's right, Nikki.
You and Nikki were traitors, but whatever. I went to Oldham County, and I can remember hearing Nikki Armento's name like echoing through the hallways as our enemy number one because she was such a good soccer player.
Yep.
She was like famous, like going to go to the Olympics. Oh, sorry, Nikki. You never did. No. Sorry if that's a sore subject. But anyway.
Was probably her choice.
Yes, shortly. But no, Nikki was just so famous back then about like she was just the shit.
Yeah.
You know, and so then fast forward and I met her through a mutual friend, Beth. Hi, Beth. I don't know why I just said that. Hey, Beth. Beth really listens. Met her through our friend Beth. And I was like, this is Nikki Armento. I just remember being like, oh my gosh, I'm getting to finally meet Nikki Armento. And then now we're really which is one of my best friends.
Oh, yeah, she's great. I love Nikki. I love Butler.
Yes.
Can I say her?
Yeah.
It's also her last name, so we never say last names, but
we won't tell you her first name.
Everybody calls her Butler, so it feels weird saying anything else.
Hi, Nikki. Hi, Butler.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so Nikki Armento here. I just saw your post about ghost stories for your 100th episode, so I thought I'd share my mom's experience that she swears was real.
Oh, okay.
She never wavered in that belief for my entire life, not once. We, of course, gave her shit about it throughout our lives, but she never backed down. What's even crazier is that she just shoulder shrugged when we questioned her. Meg, you knew my mom. She would argue over absolutely anything. She loved it. But this was different. It was like it didn't matter if we believed it because to her, she loved it and it was real.
That's very true. A very feisty, most amazing woman. You could walk into her home and instantly feel at home.
Oh.
But you also felt that way because you knew she was so comfortable around you.
Yeah.
That it was go time.
Yeah.
You were going to get welcome with food, lots of love. But at the same time, you're going to be treated like everybody else here.
Yeah. Oh. So when Mom was about 16, she was babysitting for her brother and his wife. My cousins were young, maybe 4 and 6. She went through their usual routine of dinner and bedtime and passed the time with some homework while waiting for her brother and sister-in-law to get home. As she was reading, she heard a strange sound in the kitchen. It was weird, but brief enough that she didn't feel she needed to investigate. About 10 minutes later, she heard another sound, and this time the dog did too.
Uh-oh.
Their Great Dane popped up, looked confused/intrigued, and walked over towards the kitchen. He sat, cocked his head to the side, whimpered.
Oh, no.
And then ran down the hallway to the kids' room. Oh, like it's protecting the kids. Or hiding. The kids. She looked into the kitchen, but didn't see anyone, so she went to the kids' room to check on them. They were asleep, and the dog was standing just inside the door and refusing to leave the room with her.
Oh, wow.
After a few failed attempts to convince him to leave, she gave up and went back to the living room.
I like how she's like, no, you come with me.
Right.
Protect me.
Was she not scared at this point? It doesn't sound like it.
Let me tell you what, Lola was feisty.
Yeah.
I can imagine her being like, this isn't going to get me.
Yeah. Okay. At this point, she wasn't. Oh, I should have kept reading. Hello. At this point, she wasn't necessarily scared, but also didn't know what the sound could be. She looked in the kitchen again, and everything seemed okay. She went back to reading, and after just a few seconds in, she heard a crazy loud sound coming from the kitchen. It sounded like something heavy was being dragged across the floor.
Oh, gosh, that's not good.
No, nobody wants that. The worst part wasn't the dragging, but the grunting sound that seemed to accompany it, and the fact that the lights flickered all at the same time. Oh, that's so scary.
What? Okay, so we have grunting happening.
Yes.
In the kitchen. She hasn't seen anything yet, but the lights are flickering while this is happening. Oh, my God.
It's like the upside down.
Ooh. Oh, yeah, I haven't gone there.
She ran to the kids' room, and after a few minutes of feeling frozen in that moment, she heard her brother pull up in the driveway.
Oh, thank God.
Right? And remember, this dog is scared too.
Yeah.
She heard them come to the front door and went to tell them what had happened. They walked into the kitchen, and the old heavy stove had been pulled about 3 feet away from the wall.
What?
Mom was so confused about how and why it had happened. She said that she was definitely scared throughout the experience, but it wasn't until she looked at her brother's face that it became more than just scared. She asked what was wrong, and he didn't say anything. His wife then told her that there was a couple that had lived in the house before them, and the husband had died in that house. He had been electrocuted while working on that stove.
What?
Why does he move in it? Why is he grunting? Move on,
He's like,
man.
I'm going to get this stove out of this house.
Oh, my gosh. Mom never changed a word of that story. She and my dad were dating at the time this happened, and he said that she stayed true to the details of that night since it happened and was legitimately freaked out at the time and every time she talked about it after. And I'm the world's biggest skeptic, but I think I believe her story. Oh.
And Nikki, if you think I'm a skeptic,
yeah.
Oh, Nikki is like, no fuss. She's not going to believe it unless she really has evidence.
Oh, that's awesome. Except that now she can't say that anymore because she believes in this story. I'm not sure if this is what you're looking for. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly what we're looking for.
But I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for reading. It was awesome to reminisce about Mom's ghost story. I miss that lady every day. Aww. Hope you guys are well, Nikki.
Oh, what an amazing story.
Yeah, what? Why? Why would that happen?
Yeah. That such an amazing woman wrote. And it's so sentimental.
Yeah.
What am I going to tell you? I'm not going to debunk it. It's Lola's story. First of all, no. Here's the thing. If anybody could come back and haunt me, it might be Lola. Because I say her story is not true. So I'm not going to test it. I'm not going to test it. I'm going to respect that Lola.
That is a cop-out because the ghost story involved is not a sentimental ghost story.
Okay. All right. Well, Nikki, then if I had to, and Nikki will respect this, I feel like, because she really is a skeptic. The only thing I could think of is just a coincidence of things happening, like an actual intruder in the house.
Stealing the stove?
Trying to.
No.
I mean.
That does not happen.
It could. No, also, like people
doesn't.
try to get copper. What's the stove made out of? Are stoves made out of copper? I don't know. Here's my thing.
Not while there are people home. That's not something you steal while there are people home.
They have a whole show dedicated to like dumb criminals.
No.
While it sounds far-fetched, it's still possible.
Why are the lights flickering?
Because he's pulling on electrical cords that the old stove is plugged into.
Absolutely
it's also the electrical line going into the old. I mean, sounds like this house has been around for a long time, so everything seems like it might be connected.
You're just pulling that out of your ass.
I'm not. Actually, okay, you're right. Lola, totally 100%. I can't.
Okay, good.
I can't.
Good, because your debunk was flimsy at best.
The dog, here's where, okay, so Great Danes are just the best dogs, aren't they? They're amazing. Have you ever been around a Great Dane?
I don't know.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
If you ever get a chance to be around a Great Dane, because their presence is so much, like you're like, you've been around Willow. She was the smallest of the Great Dane family.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, she was the smallest. Yeah. We used to have a dog named Willow who was a King Corso, which is in that same family. But anyway, like their presence is so like over, like you're so expecting. Yeah. You're expecting an Arlo. Yeah. In a huge dog. But what you're getting instead is like a docile, like they kind of come at you at first and they're like, oh well, hello. But what it reminds me of is there's just recently this guy did all of the different types. He like, if a dog were a person. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, the Great Dane one made me laugh so much because it was exactly that. It's like such a big presence, and it's like, oh no, I'm calm. I'm just here. I'm just ready to see what's going on. Oh. And that's what I imagine, like this Great Dane. At first, I was thinking, why wouldn't the dog bark and whatever? But also, they're so gentle. Yeah. That it was like, I'm not gonna fight. I am gonna go protect. Yeah. Sorry about Lola. Yeah, but it's like I got the kids. But also, well, the kids were the Great Dane's kids. Yeah. Right? It wasn't, Lola wasn't his person, even though Lola's wonderful and anybody should protect her. But so yeah, that's what I think. It might have been an intruder trying to do something. Could have been, somebody messed up on drugs that came into the house that didn't quite know what they were doing and out of their mind. And they start pulling and grunting that stove. But when she heard the first noise, she went in and checked and nobody was there. True. I forgot that part. Mm-hmm. And also, what a coincidence that the man would have died. Yeah. And that's, what if he didn't die? What if he had faked his death? He's been trapped under the stove. This is the day he finally got out. No, like what if he, I don't know, what if he faked his death? You thought it was far-fetched before. Get ready, buckle up. Okay. Yeah. He faked his death. Okay. Then came back. He's like, I love this stuff. No. He realized like something was wrong with the evidence. So he had to get rid of the evidence. So he starts trying to get rid of the stove. Dun, dun, dun.
What? Nobody was investigating.
Maybe. We don't know that. We don't know that. There could have been an ongoing investigation that he got wind of, and he's like, I got to get rid of that stove. Got to do it right now. I don't care if there's people here or not. Whatever. You take your pick. Whichever one is less far-fetched for your mind, go with that one.
Okay. Well, the least far-fetched is that it was a ghost of the man.
The most coincidental.
And the most likely. Mm-hmm. I'm glad we can agree on that. I'm moving right along.
Okay. We can't agree that Nikki comes from an amazing woman. Yes. Who made the world's best lumpia. So glad she passed that recipe on to Nikki. Yeah. If you ever get a chance to have Nikki Armento's lumpia straight from Lola's recipe, do it.
Okay.
Because it's made Nikki, with love.
I'm going to need an invite.
Right. Absolutely.
Balls in your court.
Right. No, but cheers to Lola.
Oh.
She was amazing. And we are honored to tell her story. And what a fun story to grow up hearing your whole life.
Right. Oh, I love it.
Okay. So are you ready to celebrate this 100th episode?
Oh, now. Right. Now I'm ready.
Right now. And here's how we're doing it. This is how exciting we are.
Okay.
Oh, I wish I had a big cake and somebody could jump out of it.
Oh, who would you like to see? I was expecting it.
If you could see anybody jump out of a cake right now.
Jason Momoa.
Oh, damn. You answered that fast. Man, that's good. Well, guess what?
What? Jason?
Nope, it's time for our fan favorites.
Oh, okay. I love them too.
Yes, okay. Well,
as long as they're covered in cake.
I think you enjoy them. You make me go seek them out. I think, it's fine.
Yeah, I love all of the fan favorites you've chosen.
Yes, you just don't like to do the work behind it.
Okay. That sounded very rude. I don't like interacting with people because I'm an awkward person.
Okay, well, that wasn't awkward at all. So this is in honor of our 100th episode.
Okay.
we're going to start fighting.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, no. In honor of our 100th episode, we decided.
Yeah.
We did this
you.
together.
Give me credit where
Yes,
credit's due.
Absolutely. Well, we tried to figure out how we could tie in something from our first episode.
Uh-huh.
And
so our fan favorite is Bigfoot.
Our fan favorite is none other than Mr. Sasquatch himself. Ready, ladies and gentlemen? No. Okay, our fan favorite. We decided to make 2 fan favorites this week from our very first episode, our very first authors.
The ones who started it all.
The ones who started it all. If they had not submitted a story, we'd still be sitting waiting for stories, I guess.
That's right.
I don't know what would have happened. Or I guess the authors from week 2 would be our fan favorites. Anyway, whatever. You get the idea. We decided to go with them because they got us going.
Yes.
So, to the lovely, the wonderful Megan.
Okay.
If you remember, her story was about the Sasquatch.
Yes.
Well, I mean,
walking across the street.
Yes.
She right in front of him.
I don't know that I should have asked her, do you think it was a Sasquatch?
Yeah. What were you doing?
Wait a second. Maybe I did back when I very first read it. So I don't know. I dropped the ball on that. I don't know if she agrees or not that it was a Sasquatch. I'm pretty sure she just thinks it's a ghost. Okay. However, she is our fan favorite this week. And so I asked her if there was anything we could plug. I told her it was our 100th episode. Everything I just told you all. She said, yay, how exciting. I definitely still listen.
Aww,
which is so sweet.
That is so sweet.
Oh, even though I'm a little bit behind right now. It's fine. Listen, Megan. It's fine. I'm sure being the fan favorite, you'll catch up. It'll be great. But which episode did you fall off on? Just
it's
curious.
Always weird to me when people have your name.
Oh, like, Megan?
Yeah, you keep saying Megan. And I'm like, why is she talking to the third person? And then I have to remember, no, that was also the name of our first story.
Because now that we've made it to 100 episodes, that's the person I've become. Talking in the third person now. That's how.
Megan doesn't believe in ghosts.
Megan only believes in Sasquatch.
Megan is above such nonsense.
Okay, but this Megan says, oh, my dad. She does tease us with a future ghost story she's going to submit. My dad actually saw a female ghost in my grandparents' house on our same road when he slept in the fireplace room. What's a fireplace room?
I bet it has a fireplace.
I bet it hold on. If I had to I bet it's a room with a fireplace in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe he sleeps in the fireplace.
Oh my gosh. Why would he do that? Stop doing that. Where wakes for the deceased used to be held.
Oh.
Ooh, so like that was the whole point.
Yeah.
But why would you want a dead body next to a fireplace?
It sounds smelly.
It does sound so smelly. Okay. I mean, no judgment. It's fine. Okay. I'll get the info from him again and get back to you ASAP.
Oh,
we would be so excited for that, Megan. So here's her plug. She would love it if we would encourage everyone to read to their children from the womb to whenever.
Oh.
When my teen girls feel bad, they still get me to read their favorite books to them, but they'd kill me for sharing that. We won't tell anybody.
They won't listen to us.
No, we're definitely not cool enough
for the teens? Are you kidding me?
Heck no.
The youths?
Erin looks like an old lesbian over here. And ask people to visit their local libraries. They might be surprised what all the libraries offer now. I'm not. I'm not.
Girl. Preach it.
Do we need to revisit?
Maybe it's in the name, Megan. Megans love libraries.
I'm not even a reader, and I love our local library. Okay, it's fine. It's fine.
I love them too. They're great. I don't love them like a Megan loves them, but I do. I do like libraries.
You have gratitude that they're there.
Yes, I love the Libby app. I use that thing all the time.
It's not quite as cool as a cultural pass, but it's fine.
Okay.
Oh, we even check out bakeware, tools, formal dresses, and accessories at their local library.
That is. I am actually surprised at all the library will offer.
You need to change your name to Megan and start checking out libraries.
Okay.
They got a lot.
Let me just use your ID. We look enough alike.
I still use your ID.
Oh my gosh.
I really do. It's been in my wallet for months now from the time you let me go to Costco and I never gave it back.
Okay. Cool.
And I think it's your expired one. And then I lost my ID everywhere I go.
Still not gotten your ID?
No, girl. Why? I don't need it. I'm just you.
Gosh.
I'm just walking around with your identity.
Now that I know, I feel like a accessory after the fact.
Well, just pretend like you didn't hear that. It's fine.
Oh,
it's
Lord.
Fine. That's fine. Nobody ever asks. I know all your information. They're like, I'm like, I can rattle off that address real fast. And then listen to this. I'm so glad. Y'all are hilarious.
Oh,
Thank you. And I love all the tales. Makes folding mountains of clothes and other various chores way better. That's so sweet.
That is so sweet.
And then we do want to give a little shout out to Alicia, who was our other author. Very good haunted story. Her house was haunted. I still remember that one.
Yeah, her husband was on night shift. I remember.
Yeah, and she would sit in her room. She rearranged her furniture just so that she could get away from the door.
Yeah, and you talked about a little Sasquatch, I think.
Probably. That first episode, I was really into Sasquatches. I had to kind of. That's all I had for debunks back then. Look at me go. Now tonight, what did I say?
Some shit.
Chupacabra.
That doesn't make any sense. Chupacabra is real, so that's fine.
Okay. Anyway, Alicia, she just thanked us and said that this is amazing and good luck. And so she did say she might get back to us with something later on with another ghost story. So if she does, we would definitely be up to that. But Alicia, thank you. And Megan, thank you all both for those first stories that got us off the ground.
I know. If we had started with real crap stories, we wouldn't be doing this anymore.
We wouldn't have gone anywhere. Yeah.
But they were so good.
They were great. They gave us wonderful material. And here we are, 100 episodes later.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah. Cheers to
that
again.
Too. Okay. Good. Because now I've
lame cheers.
Yeah. Yeah. It's because it's not wine.
Oh.
No.
That's even worse. Jeez, we've lost our touch.
Okay, if you would like to help support our podcast, you can do a lot of things. One thing is going to rate, review, subscribe. That's probably the easiest and the freest way to do it. So do that. You can also write in your stories at myskepticalsister@gmail.com or go to our website at www.myskepticalsister.com. You can follow us on our social medias like TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. You can tell your friends about us. You can post about us. What else can you do?
Write us in some good
Girl,
stories.
I said that twice.
Oh,
I reset it. I was like, I'm going to record this. And you're like, it's boring when you do it. And then you tune out anyways. What's the point?
Because then I can sit here and have time to look at my goodbye.
The truth comes out. Everybody was like, I love your recording of it. And no, I'm just kidding. Nobody said that.
I was like, did they really? That's so weird.
No, nobody said that. Okay. And let's do 100 more.
Let's do 100 more.
Bye,
That's
guys.
all I'm going to commit to is one. I mean, when you just said that sounds like a lot. 100 more. This has been 4 years long.
Do you want to stop?
It's taken us 4 years.
Is this where you're telling us you want to stop?
I love I got 8 years total in me.
Oh, it hasn't been 8 years. It hasn't been 4.
You're right. I know. I'm just saying it feels like it's been 4, and I don't know if I got 4 more in me. I kid. Let's do 200 more. I'll commit to that.
Oh, all right. That's pretty good.
Okay. And then I'm not saying I'll stop after that. I'm just saying
get to 300.
I'll sign up for 2 more.
Somebody write up a contract.
Oh, and also get us an editor. Otherwise, Erin's going to quit before me.
Yeah, I will quit before you. Yeah, talk about you doing all the work with fan favorite.
I know.
You sent an email.
I kept waiting. I was like, why isn't she razzing me about that? But you didn't, so I just went with it.
No, I do all the work, and it's fine. Anyways, we're moving on. I also forgot you can join our Patreon where you can join our movie nights, which is going to be this next Thursday.
Ooh, what are we going to watch?
I don't know. Listen.
Okay.
Gremlins is on HBO Max. And I've never seen it.
Are you kidding me? Gremlins was my favorite.
It's on HBO Max, and I don't know if all of our people have HBO Max.
Oh, we have to do a poll. I need
to hear who's planning on going, and do you have HBO Max? Because if you don't, we will not pick it.
Oh my gosh! If you don't, we'll give you our Patreon money so you can get a subscription for 1 month.
We'll just give you our login.
Oh, there you go. We'll do that.
Oh yeah, it's my login. That's why you're so willy-nilly.
I have HBO Max.
Oh,
you don't. I mean,
do too.
You do. I do. We both do. This is one time in our life we don't share an account. I actually have HBO Max, and so do you.
Okay. Awesome. I didn't realize that. Okay, fine. We'll each.
Hold on. They're telling us how to say goodbye in Ireland.
Here are 2 of the many ways to say goodbye in Irish.
In Irish.
Slán let.
Slán let.
Slán let.
Slán let.
Slán let.
Let.
That's when saying goodbye to someone who's leaving.
Oh, well, when do you have to say goodbye to somebody?
Slán agus.
When you're leaving.
Slán August?
Slán agus.
August.
Slán agat.
When you're leaving.
That's when saying goodbye when you yourself are leaving.
Oh,
That's what
so
we would
smart.
say.
Slán agat. I'm sorry, I cut you off. Go back to what you were saying 2 minutes ago before I played that video.
Who knows?
I don't know either.
Okay, we'll each give a couple people our HBO Patreon or our HBO sign in. This is so stupid. Say goodbye.
Oh, okay. Okay, I gotta listen to it again. Slán agat.
No, that's not what she said.
Slán August.
You're trying to read it. You can't read it. Have you ever seen?
And of course, slán can just be used on its own.
Slán?
Well, then what?
Slán. Now that winter is upon.
Why did she just fucking tell me that to begin with? All right, slán.
La 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 la.
Slán.
Slán. I said slán.
Ew, that is not what she said.
I didn't say schlong.
Are you sure?
No.
Slán. Nope. I don't think it was
You don't know. It was slán.
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 That's better.
Thank you. Slán. Slán.
Schlong. Schlong. See you next week. Schlong.
Aren't you glad I started that segment? Well, one day I'm on my way home, and on the side of the street there was a patch of land with two.
Can you say it again? Because you said on my way home weird. You did.
Okay.
On my way home. Okay, I want another beer.
Oh,
Do you have anything else to say?
look at how slow I've been drinking. It's like
I started before.
it's like I matured in 100 episodes. I'm like, you know what? I don't need that much to drink to be funny.
Yeah, that's not true. You've just been talking a lot. Thanks for reading. It was awesome to reminisce.
Time.
Okay.
Yeah, just seemed like my phone. I'm like, God, I'm getting bored with this. I'll wrap up that conversation.
And the old heavy stone had been pulled about 3 feet away from the wall. So that's what she heard dragging. They had some big heavy stone.
I was like, where did the stone come from?
I don't know, but they had it.
Oh, thank God. I thought you had already read that part. I was like, Megan, this is your friend's story. And you tuned out on your friend's story? Come on.
I mean, you may have. I don't think so.
Plus, I just had like a whole conversation with my son about focusing because of his parent-teacher conference. I'm like, look at you. You can't even focus on a thought. Okay. All right.
Okay. Mom was so confused about how and why it had happened. She said that she was definitely scared throughout the experience, but it wasn't until she looked at her brother's face that it became more than just scared. She asked what was wrong, and he didn't say anything. His wife then told her that there was a couple that lived in the house before them, and the husband had died in the house. He had been
hit by the stone.
He had been electrocuted while working on that stove. Maybe it said stove, but
did you? The stove, not the stone.
It
Erin.
didn't even say stone. It said stove.
At your parent-teacher conference, they talk about your child's reading.
They did. Oh my gosh,
shit,
Nikki,
Erin, they get all their flaws from us.
Nikki, I'm so sorry. I ruined your story. They walked. I'm going to read that first line again.
Okay.
They walked into the kitchen, and the old heavy stove had been pulled about 3 feet away from the wall. Man, I really ruined that.
Yeah, you really did.
Do I need to read it all
I
again?
would maybe put all that in bloopers.